Guys, now that Season 8 of Marvel Rivals is out, it's been about a week now, and so I think it's a good time to talk about this, and it's really the state of the game and how we're all feeling about it. I think if I were to start with balance, I would say balance is in one of the better spots it's been in a long time, right? If you think about what the permabans are and what some of those broken heroes are, it doesn't really feel oppressive. There's not many heroes that feels like you have to ban. Unless you're playing a specific thing, right? Unless you're playing a specific thing and there's some heroes you just feel like you have to ban. Like, if you're an upper elo and you're playing a hero that doesn't combo with Gambit at all, maybe you should consider banning Gambit. I know in lower elo, people don't really ban Gambit that much, I get it. But in higher elo, it is still the case that Gambit is a permaban. Gambit Star-Lord, because like in really higher elo, people do just play those combos every time. If Gambit's open, they will play a triple tank Gambit with Star-Lord. They will play Gambit Phoenix Punisher. They will play something that combos really well. And if you're playing something that doesn't combo, well, good luck. But that's just Gambit, right? Elsa is in a pretty good spot. She's very powerful, yes, but she's not a permaban. You look at heroes like Black Cat and Daredevil. Yes, those are two kind of permabans. Daredevil depends if Dino's in the game or not. Black Cat was a bit more of a ban in my opinion than Daredevil. I think Black Cat is really busted. It's just a matter of players getting better at her. Daredevil is nowhere near as busted as Black Cat in my opinion because she's just that busted, right? Phoenix is a good permaban as well, but all in, there's not that many. And I really like how Devil Dino makes the game so much more diverse. And I know maybe a lot of people are like, well, I don't like Devil Dino because it's like a brawl thing. And if I'm playing Spider-Man, I can't play into Dino. Well, you can ban it, right? There's 6 total bans. There's 3 bans on each team. I know Devil Dino is overpowered and maybe he should be nerfed. I know, but at the very least, I love how he enforces a different playstyle. If you ban Devil Dino, it'll go back to how it was last season. And so then it's a bit more diverse because if you leave Devil Dino in the game, it's going to be a front-to-back brawl game. And so then it changes the game. It spices it up. Versus if Devil Dino is not in the game, it just goes back to the past 2 seasons even. Just very dive oriented, unless and hopefully you ban Phoenix. As long as you ban Phoenix, yeah, it goes back to being a dive meta. Also because Elsa's not a permaban either, so it really goes back to being a dive meta. But if Devil Dino is in the game, there's a lot of different selections you see. And I noticed when a Devil Dino was pre-selected, and we're not going to ban Devil Dino, my team might go ahead and ban a Moon Knight or a Punisher, something we don't normally ban an upper elo unless we're running a Devil Dino comp. And so I do love how it changes things up a bit, and how if you leave Devil Dino in the game, a lot of the picks become a lot more diverse. I still think Nettie's really fumbled by not buffing a lot of the brawlers and only having a brawl season happen because of Devil Dino. I'm hoping in season 8.5 we get buffs to a lot of brawlers that are actually able to brawl. Like Mr. Fantastic needs some more love. Maybe something small to Blade. I think he's a little bit underrated. Okay, I do. I think he's better than a lot of people think he is this season. And a little bit something to Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, and Blade are the top 3 I can think of. And maybe a little bit more to Wolverine because he can't grab Devil Dino. So I think he falls short in most ranked games, not being able to grab Devil Dino. So if the enemy team is running like Thing Devil Dino or Groot Devil Dino, yeah, you do a lot of percent damage, but you're not going to be able to grab anyone. It's not going to be a good time for you. So all things considered, for balance, it is quite good. Now, before we talk about the whole pros versus casuals situation and how it's kind of the future of this game, here's a quick look from our sponsor. Guys, thanks to today's sponsor, I have an amazing deal for you guys. If you guys are looking for the most cost-affordable way to top up your lattice in Marvel Rivals, you can do so with topuplive.com with the discount code NUG. All you have to do is go to the Marvel Rivals page or the link, which will be in the description and the pinned comment down below. Once you go to that link, you just put your name in, you select the lattice that you want, and you put the discount code NUG, and then you will receive your currency in-game instantly. So, pros versus casuals. I think this is a very big topic that I'm probably going to have a dedicated video about. but it really strikes the core of the future of this game. And I think this season kind of sparked a lot of debate about that, which is, it's healthy for us to finally really be talking about this because it is pretty important for game design philosophy, right? Like, you have a hero like Devil Dinosaur who is really, really fun, but quite simple. Like the Thing, he's very simple, but the Thing has never been nearly as meta-defining as someone like Devil Dinosaur. He's been a niche pick since release, pretty much, especially in pro play, a very niche pick. Because of this, now the pro players feel like at times they have to play Devil Dino, they don't like the simplicity of the hero. And there are other comments about this hero that pro players made, specifically about the way he looks and how he feels like a deeply unserious hero like Jeff. I don't even think those comments are worth discussing. It's really stupid. Like, do we really need to discuss those kinds of comments? Like, let's be honest. It's a Marvel game. Who cares how he looks? It's a Marvel game. It's a Marvel hero, right? But on the topic of skill expression, there is some truth to it. But at the same time, I don't think with a game like Marvel Rivals, it's necessarily a bad thing that there are heroes that are very simple and easy. On a mechanical standpoint, right? From a mechanical standpoint. And it's very important, I say, from a mechanical standpoint. Because you look at some of how the Ignite games played out, it's very clear the difference in skill on Devil Dinosaur from different tank mains. I was watching 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest, and the difference in skill on TTK versus Cart on Devil Dino was very apparent. Everyone that was watching was calling it a Dino diff. It was very obvious. TTK owned that damn hero. Versus someone like Cart, who was great mechanical skill on heroes like Hulk. When he played Devil Dinosaur, he couldn't excel. When compared to TTK, right? When compared to TTK, who was very great mechanical, but also good game sense. And that's what carried him on that hero, is his game sense. Devil Dinosaur is kind of like that. Low on the mechanical skill expression, yes, but game sense still matters a lot. As with every hero in the game that doesn't require a lot of mechanical skill, game sense still matters a lot. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine that he's low on the mechanical skill. To be honest, that's what I liked about Marvel Rivals to begin with, is there are different, like, levels of skill expression that can be expressed. They're like, there's so much variety. Yeah, that's the word. There's so much variety in skill expression. Different heroes have different skill sets, and different people have different skill sets. And so you have some people that are only able to be good on certain heroes, and some people that are only able to be really good on different heroes. Like, some people have just different oriented brains, and they're only able to be good on, let's say, support, and they just can't play like melee heroes. There's some people that just, their brain isn't oriented the right way, and they just can't play melee heroes. Maybe they're insane on like Phoenix and Hela. They have great game sense on those heroes too, but then they play melee heroes and they just feel like, I have no clue what I'm doing, and they just can't learn it, right? And that's fine. Different people have different skill sets, and that's what I like about a game like Marvel Rivals. And I really enjoy these frequent hero releases where they have a lot of ambition. That's what I liked about Devil Dinosaur and all their new hero releases, is they have so much ambition behind each one. They really go all the way with making it unique, diverse, and really fitting the hero fantasy of that character. If you look at it, like, just looking at a hero like Devil Dinosaur, we've had nothing that's even close to playing like him. And I'm hoping with Cyclops they continue this streak of insane heroes that just feel like there's none other. Now, I'm personally really interested in how they develop the PvE aspect of this game, and I'm hoping in Season 8.5 we get like a new hero added. It's one of those things where it's so fun on release. There's like this hard rush of like builds and diversity and all these different things, and how fun it is with all the builds and the gear and the leveling. It's kind of addicting, especially with all the traits. Like, I just love the Thor build, and I feel like it's so much fun. But I think a really big problem is how fast are they going to be able to keep up the content with this? I think there's like infinite content with it, if you think about it. They literally have infinite content with just literally they add a new hero every 30 days, and I don't think they'll be able to add a new hero every 30 days to the game mode. So I don't think they're ever going to run out of new heroes to add to it. The problem is, can they keep up the pace on the actual content part of it, like the maps and stuff? I think they could just reuse some of the game maps. Like, I'm being honest, like, they could just reuse some of the maps we have in competitive. There's no need to make new maps for it. Just because I'm just thinking about from a upkeep perspective, can they keep the content pace going with new hero releases and new maps in competitive, and then more maps in PvE? I don't know. Remains to be seen. But I am hoping they don't drop this game mode and they have it be permanent and they keep adding new things to it, because, man, it's really fun. But there's one thing I want them to do. Let you play in Blood Hunt while you're in queue, okay? Just maybe they could make it to where if you get accepted into a game and a game starts, it could pause your Blood Hunt and resume where you were. That's obviously an ideal scenario. But if they can't do that and we're going to have, like, it cancel your game, that's fine. I just think, like, with some builds, it's just really fun to just play, and I'd really like it if I have, like, a 10-minute queue or a 5-minute queue, let me, like, go into Blood Hunt. Let me go into a Blood Hunt, like a Times Square, you know, let me go into a Blood Hunt and play around a little bit. If the queue pops and it cancels my run, so be it, who cares? Definitely a feature I hope they add. I think Season 8 is a good step for Marvel Rivals. Obviously, nothing really crazy happened this season. It was just, you know, a new hero, new meta, the same old, same old. PvE, I was hoping there was going to be more PvE this season, but it is what it is. I know they couldn't come out with more that quickly, I guess. Another season down, and it's pretty standard. I think it's, all things considered, maybe like an 8 out of 10 season. There's nothing that's, like, glaring in my face is really bad. I'm hoping they can keep up this momentum going to season 8.5. 8.5 has the potential to refine this season and be even better, in my opinion. They can refine it and be even better. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, turn the bell for notifications so you can see when those videos are. And as always, guys, take care.